listen, right now they're just words, but I sure am happy to see a Republican member of Congress saying we're going to kill this $1.7 billion slush fund of Donald Trump's.
Congressman, what do you make of this $1.7 billion fund for
bad news? We're going to try to kill it.
You're going to try to
Good.
kill it?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. And how?
Well, we're considering legislative options. We're going to write a letter to the AG to start, but we're considering a legislative option.
Okay.
We're trying to unpack exactly, what the legal machinations are, but can't do that.
Right.
Can't do that.
Have you ever heard of any other Americans, like, other than so Trump is an associate?
I haven't. I've not.
Who are unauditable by the IRS?
I've never heard that before.
Okay. So would that be part of the legislative?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah, you can't do that.
How do you kill this thing off?
Well, that's what we just talked about here. So we have to figure out what's the source of the fund, right? Is it an appropriation from last year? Is it 2 years ago? Where did the money come from? And what limitations were put around that money? Are there constitutional questions? Are they statutory questions? What falls within Article 1 authority? This is all the things we're trying to unpack now.
With a narrow margin, you hold a pretty pivotal vote on everything.
Oh, everybody's vote's pivotal. We all get one vote.
You think this is something your constituents would want you to fight for?
100%, yeah. Listen, I think constituents across America want the same things for the most part. We're trying to restore trust in the institution. That's why, I partner with everyone from Tim Burchett to AOC on banning members of Congress from trading stocks. We're trying to take steps, any gerrymandering, we're trying to take steps to bridge the divide between the public and the institution. And things like this just go backwards, So that's why step one is we have to, all of us, journalists, members of Congress, we have to unpack what exactly it is. Right now, we just have a top line of, some sound bites. We don't know what the source of the funding is, what the legal authority it's based on is. Is there a precedent? If there isn't, why not? What falls within the court's jurisdiction in terms of constitutional review? This is what we're trying to get our arms around. But step one is a letter to stating our position to the acting attorney general.
Who else will be on it with you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But we're doing that right now.
Yep.
And my staff is working on legislation. We'll work with the legislative council to figure out what, and this is why we got to get to the source of the funding, right? To know what our jurisdiction is and how we can respond.
Well, the first thing I would say is if you're looking for a co-sponsor to such legislation, you're going to find a number of them on the other side of the political aisle. You put forth legislation that's going to kill this $1.7 billion slush fund and stop the acting attorney general from just signing a piece of paper that says Donald Trump can no longer be audited by the IRS or investigated by the DOJ, nor can any of his companies or children. And you're going to have Democratic lawmakers lining up to vote for that. So you've got co-sponsors to be had. You got to work across the aisle on this one. But yeah, I'm glad to hear a Republican saying we're gonna try and kill this.